everybody, and welcome back. Hope you've been doing well in the gap that we had there. Probably about 8 minutes, to be fair. But I hope everybody's doing well. Arsenal versus Liverpool is the big game of today. And look, very, very important. I think this is very important for both teams, to be fair. I do. I think that Liverpool cannot afford to drop any more points. And if they do, they're going to have to win the Champions League to have Champions League football next year. That's what's at stake here. If Liverpool don't get top four, they've got to win the Champions League to get in the Champions League next year. So it's going to be very, very important for Liverpool. They need to win, and I think they will go to win. Arsenal, look, for Arsenal, I think if Arsenal get any better than 8th this year, they've done ridiculously well. So I think that I think it's going to be a good game. I do. Arsenal injury hits as JG10. Well, I'm just about to give you the team news here. As I said, they're going to go for this. They're going to go for this big time. And, oh, sorry. Let me just turn that one off. They will go for it big time. Liverpool will beat Arsenal, says Hauer. I'm just getting the team news up here. So, Arsenal are lining up with Leno, Chambers, Holding, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Ceballos, Pepe, Odegaard, Aubameyang, Lacazette. Doesn't look that bad a team for Arsenal. I mean, I don't think that looks injury hit to me. Obviously, Xhaka's not playing, is he? Bellerin's on the bench, Willian's on the bench, Cedric on the bench, Nelson's on the bench, Martinelli. No, Saka, I suppose, is the injury, isn't it? Because he's not involved in the squad at all. Liverpool, Alisson, Trent, Phillips, Kabak, Robertson, Thiago, Fabinho, Milner, Salah, Firmino, Mane. So, I mean, why is Phillips playing centre-back for them? I thought they had... I suppose there's no other centre-back, really. Wijnaldum's on the bench, Keita's on the bench, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Jones, Jota, Tomiskas, Shaqiri and Robbie Williams. So, I mean, look, still, that Phillips has done all right for them recently. Liverpool, Thiago, Fabinho, Milner, Salah, Firmino, Mane. You know. Mark, is there any chance in you setting up a proper 90-minute timer, please, Joe? No. Not unless someone tells me where to find one. I'm a creature of habit, and I've used the same one for quite a while. So, yeah, there's not much chance of me changing it, to be honest with you. Phillips has been classed, to be fair, says Thato. Well, yeah, I think that the lad at the back for Liverpool, Phillips, has actually done quite well, hasn't he, to be fair. And my prediction is that it will be a... It's very difficult. I think Arsenal have got to get something today. They do. They can't just keep... I know this is a United fan. You can't just keep being a team for the future. Like, you can't just go, well, Liverpool are better than where we are now. Liverpool are 7th and Arsenal are 9th. I know Liverpool are the title holders, but Liverpool are 7th and Arsenal are 9th. You can't just say, oh, Liverpool are better than us and lose the game and just go, oh, well, there's always next year, because you came 8th last year. I think Arsenal have got to get something today. I know the priority for Arsenal is the Europa League, and I genuinely think Arsenal can win the Europa League, and I think that needs to be their priority. Of course it does, because they're not going to get top 4. Arsenal are currently 9 points off top 4. Having said that, if Arsenal win today, they would be 6 points off top 4. So there is something there for Arsenal to go for. I think it's very hard to close a gap on the top 4 and win the Europa League, and I think Arsenal will struggle to do that. But they've got... I don't think it's excusable for Arsenal to just go, oh, well, Liverpool are better than us. I think they've got to try and get something. Mark, there is a clap in the 19th minute for Claude. Will you join in? Says Stephen Mahaza. How's this clap going to work? Because there's no fans in the ground. I mean, I know him, so I will do something, but I don't know how that works when... Who's doing the clap? The players are playing. So where's this clap going off? Is it? I don't understand what that's all about. How I do understand what it's all about, and I'm more than happy to do it. But how is it happening? You know. Mark, who's been the best player in the world in the past 15 years other than Ronaldo and Messi? Not really gonna talk about that. Oh, it's for all the people at home. Well, yeah, I will definitely do it, but I thought it was something to do with Arsenal Football Club is what I'm trying to say. It will be done virtually during the game. So basically you do it yourself in your own house and nobody sees it. Okay. And who's arranged that? Is that through Arsenal? Or is it just a social media thing? I'm sure you'll all do it anyway, which is very nice of you. What do you think about the West Brom game? Says Water Dyron. I think to be fair, West Brom deserve a little bit of credit. Because I even think with 10 men, I didn't expect Chelsea to lose that game. So, yeah. Manuel, I'm not an idiot. I know what clapping is. And you're talking about somebody I know who's died. So making a joke out of what I'm talking about is actually quite offensive. I knew Claude. And what I'm saying is, who's arranged the 19th minute? I know what a bloody clap is, you twat. Arsenal to win 3-2 thoughts, Mark, says Luke Beresford. I'm going to go with... I think there will be goals in this game. Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether I'd go 3. I'd like it to be a 3-2 game. I think Liverpool will score 2. I don't know how many Arsenal are going to score. Neymar got a red card. What do you think? Says the awesome Azzy. I don't really think much of the French league. I hope Bayern Munich beat them. And I'm going for a 3-1 Arsenal win. I expect them to win, says Dia. And Liverpool to win, says Zane. I think Liverpool have to win, and I think Liverpool will win. But I wouldn't count Arsenal out. I mean, Arteta, as we were talking about on the previous stream, they were 3-0 down against West Ham, and they came back to get a 3-3 draw, didn't they? So they can score goals, Arsenal, and they are playing better. But this is what I mean. On their day, Arsenal can do good things, but what they need is consistency, and that's what they need. Hamza's hoping for a draw. Yeah, I think that's from a United point of view. I would hope it would be a draw as well. But I do think Liverpool will win it. I mean, the interesting thing with Liverpool is that they are currently going to be... Well, they're currently 5 points off 4th. If they win today, they're 3 points off 4th. Sorry, they're 2 points off 4th if they win today. They'd go to 49 points and Chelsea are on 51. Unless West Ham win their game on Monday night, in which case that would be 4th and 52. But ultimately, Liverpool would be 3 points off 4th place, which is not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world from where Liverpool were. Their fixtures remaining are Villa at home, Leeds away, Newcastle at home. You'd expect them to win them 3. Then they've got United at Old Trafford. Okay, might not win that. Southampton at home, you expect them to win. West Brom, expect them to win. Burnley away, expect them to win. Palace, expect them to win. So Liverpool can go on a very, very good run and get top 4. And that's what Liverpool are looking to do. But what they can't afford to do is drop any more points. And that is the interesting thing with that. I'm not doing an El Clasico watch along. I've got no interest in La Liga. It shouldn't be called El Clasico anymore. It should be called El Crapico because La Liga is crap. What are your United versus Brighton predictions? Says Krish. I think United will win 2-0. It's going to be tight, but think we're on the rise again. 2-1 Liverpool, says Skippy FC. It could be a 3-2 game. I hope it is a 3-2 game. I hope there's a lot of goals in it because you want that. Who's going to win the Golden Boot? Says England Fans TV. Well, looking at the fixtures that Liverpool have got left, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Salah. The kickoff time, I think it's 8 o'clock. I'm pretty sure it is 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock, yeah, it is 8 o'clock. Just had to confirm. Do you rate Xhaka? I think United could actually use him. Underrated. I'd say Xhaka's probably better than Fred and McTominay, to be fair. I mean, that's just an honest assessment. I don't rate McTominay and Fred at CDM, and I think Xhaka's probably better than both of those, but I don't rate Xhaka particularly, but I think he probably is better than those two. I don't know what people think about that. Barcelona would destroy Manchester United. Chris, they'd have to be in the same tournament as us to start off with. Neither is in the Champions League, but I mean, I suppose at the end of the day, what I would say about that is you can't tell a hypothetical. You know, it's ridiculous. It's like saying the Invincibles had beat this Man City side. Well, we'll never know, and there is no answer. So you can pretend and go to sleep dreaming about United losing to Barcelona, but until they play each other, and they won't play each other this year, you can only deal on the evidence. And the reality is, Manchester United are the second best team in England this season, and Barcelona are second or third in Spain. Your best team is Atletico Madrid, and Chelsea beat it. So I would argue that I think United would beat Barcelona because La Liga is nowhere near the level of the Premier League. But neither of us can win that argument because it's hypothetical. Arsenal Fan TV arranged the clap mark. Claude was born 19th of October, hence 19 minutes. Okay, thank you, Stephen the Hazard. So some clarity there. Is it the 19th minute that... Do we clap on the 19th? Do we clap when it hits 19? Or do we clap when we hit 18? That would be good to know. Thames Baller said, "Oh look, I'm not falling into another bloody snooze cruise with La Liga fans. Your league shit. I think Barcelona and Real Madrid will get better. I think Haaland will go to one of you, and I think because your clubs are run like football clubs, they won't stay shit for long. But La Liga is shit at the moment compared to the Premier League. It's the bottom line. It's true." I think you'll see it on Tuesday night as well. I think Liverpool will beat Real Madrid. I want Real Madrid to beat Liverpool because Liverpool are United's biggest rival. But honestly, I think La Liga is not that good. Certainly not in the context of high-end football. And the reality is you're going to get 2 Premier League clubs in the Europa League semi-finals and probably 3 English clubs in the Champions League semi-finals. So, all I'm saying is what's very clear to me and many others is that the Premier League is way better than La Liga at the moment. But to be fair, La Liga over the last 15 years has been the best league in the world. So, and I don't think it would take long for them to get back. But I'm not having hypothetical snooze cruise conversations about whether Barcelona are better than Manchester United because there's nothing. There's nothing that can either way solve that irrelevant argument. When it hits 19 minutes, says Stephen the Hazard. Thank you. We've got some clarity on that. In relation to this game, Arsenal defensively is their problem. We saw that against West Ham, but they seem to be attacking a lot better, Arsenal, whereas I think that they haven't been as free-flowing over the last 18 months, really. Certainly not this season. So Arsenal will be looking to exploit Liverpool's weakness, which is their defence. Even though it's done a lot better recently, it is still their weakness because they're missing their best centre-backs. And Liverpool will be looking to exploit Arsenal's weakness, which is their defence. So it'll probably end up being 0-0, but hopefully we will get some goals. So my prediction's going to be... I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. I'd like it to be a draw, but I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. 19 minutes you clap. Well, I'm 100% going to clap it. And look, there's a lot of people doing a lot of videos about Claude, and I think that's great to see. I was live when it happened on the morning show in the week, and I saw it hit Twitter. And, my reaction to that was the genuine reaction. I didn't have anything planned. I was live, and I'll always remember the story came into my head the minute I heard it. Of every time I met him, he was a nice guy. Every time I met him, it was a genuine football conversation. I meet people in this industry, and it almost feels like, it's about the camera rolls and their personality changes. And the fan content to me is about fan content. We're not Gary Lineker or Rio Ferdinand who get handed a script and get a nice suit and makeup on and talk about this with something in your ear. That's not what fan content is. Fan content to me is genuine. And if you find these characters, whether it's a Ty or a Ricky or whoever, then you want them to be that person off the camera like they are on the camera, because then it's genuine. You're not fooling anybody then. And I think with Claude, every time I met him, that he was the same person off the camera as he was on the camera. And of course, like myself, everybody's got flaws. And, I think Claude, obviously we know what happened with AFTV, but we also know that there were other issues as well. So I think when people show you their weaknesses or whatever you want to call it, then that makes them more real anyway. And I think with Claude, every time I met him, nice guy, passionate about Arsenal. You could sit and have numerous beers with him and talk about football. And He will be a miss. But he will be a miss. Of course he will. He is a loss to that football club, and he is a loss to that fan base, and he is a loss to football as a content creator, as a fan content creator. And although I didn't know him massively well, I did know him, and I think that it will be, there won't be another Claude, will there? We won't get that again. There's an Arsenal game. You're not going to get your reaction on his channel, and that's very, very sad. So, I think it's been a very difficult week, and it's obviously been a very difficult week for Arsenal fans who appreciate and loved what he did. And it's nice that things like this are going to be done, and I'll be clapping, and I hope everyone else is clapping as well, because it's a nice way to remember somebody. And I had a few people messaging me this week saying, did you actually know him and stuff? And I wouldn't say that I knew him, but I definitely, I did know him, but not like Robbie knew him or any of that. But he was a character, and as I said, it's the most important. I always think people say, oh, what's he like behind the camera? What's he like behind the camera? And look, we've had people on the United stand who on the camera are completely different to what they're like off the camera. They're not on the channel anymore, but with Claude, exactly what you see is what you get, and I think that's a testament to him. Hoping you will get to Dublin for the meetup soon, says Jonathan Madden. Yeah, well, hopefully we will. I really hope that does happen, because we have had that booked, and I want to get out and about. That's what we all want to do. Thanks for the super chat, Jake Cherry. And I feel that Dwight McNeil isn't seen as a top prospect as he plays for Burnley, says Christian. I like Dwight McNeil. I don't know how old he is, but I think he could do a little bit better than Burnley. Yeah. 19 minutes is apparently when they're going to do the clap. Daz Wills is gone. Don't worry about him. Arsenal lose 1-0. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people saying that I hope Arsenal win for Claude, but I think, to be honest with you, Claude would probably expect them not to do that. His famous saying was, "It's time to go." I think he was fully aware of the issues at Arsenal, and I don't think Arsenal are going to suddenly start going on a 50-game winning streak and win the title next year, and I don't think Claude would expect that either. Arsenal have got a lot of work to do, and I know he was very vocal about that as well. That's the problem at Arsenal at the moment. We were talking about that on the previous stream. I do think Arteta is the right man, but I don't know whether he's the right man to get Arsenal fans where they want to be. You finished 8th last year. The best you're going to do is 8th this year. I think you can win the Europa League, and that is a route into the Champions League, and therefore it's very important to you. But it was the only route into the Champions League for you. You were never going to get top 4. You're going to get Champions League because you're going to play Poundland European clubs to get in the Champions League, like Man United. But you can't get in the Champions League by being in the top 4 clubs in England. So that shows you Arsenal's issue, really. You want to be in the top 4 in your country. And the Champions League is very important to Arsenal, but I don't think they will get top 4 next year, and I don't think they'll win the Champions League. So they'll be back in the Europa League again. And what Arsenal need to do is get back where they belong, really, which is a top 4 club. That's where Arsenal need to get. To do that, very similar to United, they need to get rid of a few more deadwood players, and they need to bring in some top quality players. And the question will be, this summer, have Arsenal got money to spend? Yankee says, I watch all your shows religiously, but when you discuss football outside England, I just play Sweet Caroline in my head. You're such a wind-up, Mark. I love it, says Yankee W said. Yeah, well, I'm glad somebody knows it, because I can't argue with stupid arguments. So I'll just say something to wind them up. There are 74 missions on Grand Theft Auto, says Samir. I think I've completed about 5. We'll be doing a few more tonight anyway, actually. Actually, it's there. Let's have a click of it. Let's see if it works. The Twitch link for my channel is in the video description. So give us a follow, and I'll be live at about 11 o'clock tonight, playing a couple of hours of Grand Theft Auto. Saturday night Grand Theft Auto and a beer. Sounds good. I'm looking forward to that. Saturday night dance. I like the way you move. So what's your score predictions for the game tonight? We're 10 minutes away from kickoff. That's absolutely flown. So thanks everyone for tuning in a little bit early. We won't forget the 19th minute, but do just keep whacking it in the comments as we get closer. Because, yeah, I'd hate to not observe that. I think sometimes it's difficult to do the... when it's a silence thing, because I don't have the audio on. Xander left ages ago, MRO3. He stopped doing football content, so that was a long time ago. I've had my tea, Owen. I've had my tea. Grand Theft Auto is class, Mark. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it tonight. Make sure you tune in. My prediction was 2-1. Win it for Claude, says David. And nothing better than Liverpool losing, says Jose. I mean, look, I'm excited about this game. Not because we haven't had any football for a while, but I'm excited about this game because I do think that if Liverpool don't win, they probably really make it hard to get top four. If they do win, then they put themselves right in with a chance of getting it. So, you know, Liverpool have basically put themselves in a position, and I said it a few weeks ago, where they're going to have to basically win every game they've got left to get top four. And they're more than capable of it when you look at the fixtures that they've got left. I think other than this and United, that's probably their two hardest game out of their last 9. But they have got Champions League football as well, and I do think they'll beat Real Madrid. And also the problem with Liverpool is that they're very tired, and they, you know, if they pick up another injury, they could be in problems. So it's interesting, certainly is. Let me just put this tweet out. Shamone, motherfucker. Fat Boy says, can you please say happy birthday to my dad from Aaron? I'm not doing an El Clasico watch along, Umar. I don't even know when it is. I mean, I used to quite like watching El Clasico, but not really interested in it. Have you ever heard of the Isle of Man, says Sean. Of course I've bloody heard of the Isle of Man. It's right next to the country I live in. The Isle of Man's the one between England and Wales, or Wales and Ireland, isn't it? Or one of the two. So yes, I have heard of that. Gaz Elliott says, I'm sick to death with Manchester City. Well, let's just hope that someone knocks them out of the Champions League or the FA Cup. Otherwise, they are going to do something that should not be allowed in a year where there's no fans in the ground. I think winning a quadruple or a treble in a year where there's no fans in the ground and everyone's having to play 3 games a week and they've got a huge squad. I mean, fair play to them if they do it, but it's not the same as what United did in '99. So it will always, for me, if they win the treble or the quadruple, it will always be a Poundland one, because I think fans in the ground make it harder for the players. I do. And I think that it's been exhibition football for Man City this year because they found it very easy. Landon says, cry me a river. I'm genuinely not crying about it. I'm telling you now, I think you're going to do it. But I think it's such a shame if you do it because it just feels wrong. But, you know, nothing we can do about it. And it probably will happen even with fans in the ground next year because they've got such a good squad. We want Seb for the watch along, says Tarek. He's gone to bed. He's too excited about his chocolate tomorrow. Easter is all about chocolate for Seb, so he's gone to bed. It's his bedtime. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. Players are in the tunnel. Who's the better actor, Will Smith or Mel Gibson? I'll tell you what, I did like that. Talking about Fat Man, I watched a film with Mel Gibson in it, sort of a cult film, where he's Father Christmas. I think it was called Fat Man. Very, very good. Lethal Weapon's a great film as well. Original. So, I like that. Baggy bottom jeans, boots with their fur. The old club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Let's thing you know. Gotta go low, 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 low. Look at Alisson, he looks fresh, says Dylan Howarth. Oh, you got me thinking now. Ali, I'm sorry, I can't be asked with people who just copy and paste the same article over and over again, especially when I've answered it. Who do you prefer? Oh, God. Would you prefer a Europa League this season or 75 plus points this season? I would rather win. No, I'm not stupid. I think I'd like to win the Europa League over finishing fourth. Like, you know, I'm not stupid. Like, the winning the Europa League is a nice thing. I mean, to be honest, it's the highlight. If you said to me as a United fan, what's your highlight of the last 8 years since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, it was definitely beating Ajax in the Europa League. I loved it. And, you know, I'd rather win the Europa League than finish second, but it's the risk. It's that risk, and I don't want to risk that. And United have to get top four from this position. Of course they do. What was your reaction when Greece won the Euros, says Simon Schmitz? Probably the same reaction when Phil Mitchell got shot in EastEnders. I didn't watch it. Who do you think will win the Champions League, says Pine Tree? The way I feel at the moment, I probably feel like Man City will win it. Yeah. I don't want them to, but I think they will. Morgan says, I saw you on the Cultaholic Wrestling. Yeah, I enjoyed that. A bit of a chat about wrestling. I have strings to Goldbridge's bow, basically. I did enjoy that. So we're about to kick off here. Let's get the timer set. Maddie? So we're about to kick off here. Thanks for the super chat, Goldbridge's Fangirl Society, whatever that is. I'm just waiting to start the timer here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a bit of Grand Theft Auto after 2 United games. Not 2 United games, after 2 football matches. Two one. I'm going to go 2-1. Come on, start the fucking game. I hate this bit where they take ages to start because I've got it on a screen where I'm waiting to start the timer, which means I can't relax and just start interacting with the live comments. I'm waiting to start the game. And you've got these knobhead referees poncing up and down going, oh, can I start? Oh, let's wait. Oh, I've got a crap haircut. Look at his hair. Look at his hair. He looks like he's stuck a ferret on his head. He looks an absolute tosser. Just start the game and I won't pick on your hair. Come on, what are you waiting for? Start the bloody game. This has been one of my bugbears about football for years. Waiting for a referee to start the bloody game when everybody's waiting. Look, I've got to wait for exactly 8 o'clock. Otherwise I'll be in trouble with Sky because they're paying massive money for it. Is the TV camera all right? No, he's just gone for a wee. Start the bloody game. Come on. Go. Here we are. We're off. It is one of my biggest bugbears, waiting for a game to start because the referees are waiting in their ear to get the all go from the TV companies or something. I think Kabak's an interesting signing for Liverpool. Anyway, we have kicked off. I've just not put the timer on screen. I think Kabak's an interesting signing for Liverpool, and you know, they don't have to keep him at the club, do they? They don't have to keep him at the club. I think he can go back to Schalke, who are going to get relegated. Can I ask why you have a timer on the screen, says Jack. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's there now. It's playing up. Fucking hell. That's back now. Why do we have a timer on the screen? Just so people know what minute it is, I suppose. And some people marry it up with theirs. So what time will you be live tonight, Sonny? I'm live right now. I'm not a hologram. I'm live right now, mate. It's not a pre-record. This is real. Oh, Grand Theft Auto will be about 11 o'clock on Twitch. Links in the video description. If you give us a follow, you should get a notification, but I'll tweet it out and put it on my Instagram as well. At Mark Goldbridge on Twitter, at Goldbridge Mark on Instagram. Liverpool officially cannot win the league, says Tommy Flynn. Well, I think we knew that at Christmas. No, it wasn't Christmas. I think at Liverpool at Christmas they had a chance. But I'm intrigued to see whether Arsenal can make a game of this, because I think Arsenal, if they can give Liverpool a game, it gives them a bit of confidence. And as I said, if Liverpool win tonight, they're 6 points off fourth place, which is crazy. What a crazy season it is. Imagine if Arsenal got top four. How crap a season it would be if Arsenal got top four. Imagine if Spurs, Arsenal and Man United... You say it's impossible, but it's not. Impossible. Here's Pepe. Tex Rate says, what's your reaction to Man City beating Leicester? I mean, no reaction. It's a bit like being served up pasta with nothing on it. It's just, what do you expect? Boring, you know. Do you prefer Arsenal or Liverpool? I don't really prefer any of them, but I'd prefer Arsenal over Liverpool, because Liverpool are United's biggest rival, as I keep telling people. That's the way it is. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We're trying to get up to 348,000 on the road to 350k, and we're 200 away from 348. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. In fact, we're not. We're 100 away now. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Everyone's welcome on this channel. Oh, Mane's on the break here. Into Firmino. And he loses it. And Gabriel should clear that. And it's a throw-in. Thanks for subscribing, boy. The clap is in on the 19th minute, Charlie. Don't worry, we won't miss it. 15 minutes yet. Jay and Ricky will be on Monday night, because the Sunday night show won't be on tomorrow because it's a match, isn't it? What American sport would you most likely take a lasting interest in, and what team would you support, says Sokum. I do like American football. I mean, I did, obviously, about 7,000 people watched me do the Super Bowl, which I really, really enjoyed doing. I don't know whether I could watch American football week in, week out, because it's so long, but I do quite like American football, and I think I could get into it. And my American football team is Dallas Cowboys. It always has been. So, I mean, I don't really think they're very good, but I think it's hard to support an American football team, though, isn't it? Because the draft system means that different teams get good quite regularly. But I do like American football. Basketball, I can watch basketball, but the trouble with American football is that it's so regular, isn't it? Like, they play every couple of days. It's like, at least with football, it's like maybe twice a week. You can do other things. Mr. Money, well, everyone is going to clap at 19 minutes because if you're watching this stream, you're watching me. There's nobody else here. And I will say I'm clapping for Claude. So you'll know to do it. If you choose not to do it, you'll know that as well. I think Aguero will end up in... I actually think what will happen is I think Real Madrid will get Haaland and Barcelona will get Aguero. Which isn't a major difference. It's not. I mean, Haaland's a lot younger and he's a brilliant striker, but I think Aguero in the in La Liga would be a very, very good player. And I think that's where he'll go. My favourite Claude moment was last year on United Stand Quiz Night with DT. He was comedy gold. Rest in peace, Claude. I watched that the other night, Gavin Blake, and he was so funny. He was pissing DT off so much. We did this quiz in the lockdown, and it was me and I think it might have been me and Rance actually against Claude and DT, and we thrashed them. DT was quite good, but Claude was just there with a bottle, and he was just getting more and more relaxed, so to speak. And DT, who is quite competitive, was just getting frustrated. Drawty was hosting it. It was, yeah. I think they're doing it on the 19th minute because he was born on the 19th, I think. But that quiz was fun. Alvin Block says that quiz was elite. I watched it back too. He was just like, by the end of it, I was like, I don't fucking know. I've had a good time though. It was good. It was a shame what happened with AFTV, and even I don't know the full story about it. But what I do know is that anybody that has been abusive or horrible towards Robbie about it don't know the half. Like, so much has been done with Claude and Robbie since he left, and you know, every time I ever spoke to Claude about Robbie, he had so much positivity about him. So I thought that was a bit unsavoury. But it was a shame he came off the channel, and I always felt he would come back. But you know, maybe he didn't want to do that. I don't know. But for me, he will always be synonymously linked with AFTV. And as I said, him and Ty were my two favourites off that channel anyway. I don't know whether I'm going to do any more Cooking with Goldbridge Smazzy. The views are shit on this one, and it takes a lot to do them. And if they're going down, it means people are bored of it. So I'll probably stop doing Cooking with Goldbridge. The views on this one were shit, and it's a really nice spaghetti bolognese. And I'm like, maybe it's because it's Good Friday. I don't know, but you know, maybe things come to an end. I think Cooking with Goldbridge is probably coming to the end. Good start to this game, though. Good start to this game. And if you're moaning about Cooking with Goldbridge stopping, well, bloody go and watch it. Give it some views. Agadoo song, Zach. I tell you what, it's been a good game this first 10 minutes, 9 minutes, very equal, which is what you want to see. But this is a game that Liverpool have got to win, as we know, and they can't keep it. They can't be keeping it tight. I'm looking forward to. I don't know whether people saw it on Twitter. I've done a bit of a Gogglebox thing for Jack, mate. He's doing like a Gogglebox for YouTube, and I was one of the contributors, and I can't wait to see it because you film it, you send it off, and you don't know whether it's usable or not. So I'm looking forward to that. Looks like a 0-0 game, says Vignesh. I don't think it will be 0-0. I don't think that suits anybody. Daddy Dan says, why don't you play Pro Evo over FIFA? Is it purely because of the views? I don't know. I've never really thought about it like that. I mean, I suppose if you play FIFA, you're probably going to get more people watching it than Pro Evo. Yeah, I guess. But I used to play Pro Evo a lot. I've never been back to it for a long time. Toby Barry says, are you doing the clap for Claude? No, you know what? I know the guy. I really liked him. But I thought, you know what? In the 19th minute, I'd just not pay the tribute that everyone else is going to do to him. That was being sarcastic, of course I am. I'm not covering Everton tomorrow, Ollie, no. Because it's Man United tomorrow. So, and it's Easter Sunday tomorrow, so we've got a meal and I think we're going out somewhere. And then I'll do Man United on the evening. But plus after today, 2 watch-alongs and then Grand Theft Auto tonight. It's a busy old day for me. Cross comes in, headed away by Arsenal there. Thiago Milner, ooh, edge of the box shot. Was quite wide in the end, but it was half a chance. Imagine if they score in the 19th minute, Bilal. Yeah. Well, even if Liverpool score in the 19th minute, it would be quite, you know, I'm sure Claude would think, well, that's bloody typical. It's time for Arteta to go. I don't know what he thought about Arteta. Score predictions for the Man United versus Brighton game. This is Owen C. 2-0 United. What did you watch on Gogglebox, says Connor? Well, I won't give all of them away, but they were YouTube videos. So there was you know the one Katie, what's her name? I nearly said Katie Holmes. That's Dawson's Creek. I don't want to wait for my... Yeah, we watched Dawson's Creek. Katie, what's her name? Kate, oh, you know the one who's the racist one who always gets in trouble and gets banned from Twitter. That was one of her clips when they pranked her. And the Jake Paul weigh in for his fight, we did that one as well, and a couple of others. One of them was hilarious. Like I found it funny, so it should come across as funny on the video. But I think that's out next week. I'll share it anyway because I enjoyed doing it. You watching the Frampton fight at 10 p.m. on Channel 5? Could be first 3-time champion at different weights. Should be a cracking fight, says the Jimmy Dazzler. It wasn't Katie Hopkins, that's it. Here's Mo Salah down the right-hand side. I think this has been a good game, 12 minutes in. I've quite enjoyed it. I think it's more open than the Man City-Leicester game because I think both teams have the intention to try and make something out of it. Robertson, that'll go for a goal kick. That's not a great cross at all. Yeah, my score prediction was 2-1 to Liverpool. Although I'd like a draw. I would like a draw. Got to go. Which phone do I have? I've got a Samsung. I think there's a new one out though. I might get it. Another shot wide there from Fabinho. Liverpool just starting to up the levels a little bit here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. I say that because we're only 100 away from 348,000. When's the next? Oh, you know what? I should have a pinned tweet because I think people are coming in and not knowing what's going on. But I'd love to do live stories with Goldbridge. I was talking about that to someone last night. There's a lot of things around my life that people don't know that I think are quite interesting. But yeah, I wouldn't just sit and do it on a bloody going for Goldbridge. What I was going to say is that I am doing Grand Theft Auto tonight on Twitch. The link is in the video description. Give us a follow and I'll be live just before 11 o'clock. So yes, I am doing it. But that's the last I'm going to talk about Grand Theft Auto because it won't be for everybody. It's a good laugh, even if... Basically, you don't need to like or know anything about Grand Theft Auto to watch me play it because that's basically me. I'm driving around in this huge world doing bank heists and robberies and running people over by accident and, shooting people and stuff. Without really knowing what I'm doing, so I get the help of the live comments. So yeah, it's GTA 5, Ian, Dwan. Late night Twitch, Grand Theft Auto, that's where it's at. Liverpool won't win the league without a number 10. It was so funny as well because we were playing the other night and everyone was like, raid Zerka from Sidemen. So I went to raid him and I put the wrong bloody name in. So I couldn't even raid somebody properly. Arsenal in the box here. Thiago brings it away. It's a good game. I'm enjoying this game. It's very end-to-end. Liverpool won't win the league without a number 10, says Marketing James. Imagine Liverpool with Bruno or De Bruyne in their team. I can't... Thing is, I know a lot of Liverpool fans, and they said to me, the summer when United were in for Bruno, and I was on holiday and I was like, they've got to buy him, they've got to have messed it up. He actually played against Liverpool that summer in America for Sporting Lisbon. And I was like, we've wasted it. Klopp will see it and he'll buy him. And Klopp always used to speak about Bruno really glowingly. And I was like, they'll buy Bruno, they're going to buy Bruno, and they didn't. And I think, imagine if Liverpool had got Bruno. He would have been, well, I think Bruno would have been, I mean, I know Spurs nearly got Bruno, but if you give Bruno to Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, he'd do brilliant for them. He's that sort of player. I mean, I wouldn't say Man City because I don't think Man City really need him, but any of those clubs he would have done great at. I agree that Ollie may be gone by Christmas, if not backed. Do you worry that he may sell some players that, given a chance, may be what we need? Donny, etc. This is Mark Dobby. I'm going to start calling him Ollie Turkey Solskjaer because instead of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because I don't think he will survive Christmas just like a turkey if he doesn't get backed in the summer, Mark, to be honest. I think Kane will stay at Spurs, Vignesh. I don't think anyone will have the money to get him with the contract that he's got. I just can't see it. Whoa, Spurs very nearly got that. Spurs very nearly got him. So, you know, and it was Pochettino that wanted him. Salish says, hands stuck in the sink, if you know, you know. Oh, yeah, I do know, yeah. I do know. Trevor. Even though the sink was the behinder. Thanks for subscribing, Teller. Favourite chocolate egg, says Toby Barry. I do want to talk about that, but I don't want to start talking about our favourite Easter egg because we're only a minute and a half away from the clap at 19 minutes for Claude. So I don't want to start something that we can't finish. Bit like an Arsenal title charge. Trevor is a bad man. He basically did something over a sink that wasn't a sink, and then he went out and stamped someone to death. He's violent. He's only just come into the story as well on Grand Theft Auto. Anyway, we're watching this game, which I am quite enjoying. And I don't need to give you a warning. When I start clapping, that's when I'm clapping for the minute for Claude. But yeah, you don't need. It's not like you need to start warming your wrists up. I mean, we all know to clap. Even a seal can clap. So 18 minutes and 20 on mine. Oh, you can see it. That's what the timer down there's for. So I'll just be clapping and not talking for a minute in respect of Claude, who we sadly lost this week. And we'll miss him and rest in peace. I've got a leg of lamb tomorrow for lunch because it's Easter, isn't it? Don't know what lambs have got to do with Easter. Lambs to the slaughter. No, that's got nothing to do with Easter. Rest in peace to Claude. I was a little bit worried there because there was a chance, half a chance for Liverpool. And I was like, it was like 19 minutes and 30 seconds. And I was like, no, we can't have that. So, but no, very nice thing to do. And I hope loads of people did that because it's just, I think it's just, it's the minimum we can do, isn't it? So, But yeah, Liverpool did have a corner within that 19th minute, so... Arsenal just sort of faded, I think, in the last sort of 10 minutes. I think the first 10 minutes it was rather end to end, and then in the last 10 minutes Liverpool have started to sort of take control a little bit, and Arsenal doing what they have done under Arteta a few times against the bigger clubs. You know, almost like trying to hit them on the break. Nice one, everyone in the comments with the little claps and the rest in pieces for Claude as well. Nice touch. Yeah, but just going back to what we were talking about as well before that tribute to Claude. I think that 61% possession for Liverpool in this first half so far, which really shows the story of the last 10 minutes. My favourite Easter egg is not about the now, it's about over the years. And I think that I just prefer, hold on, Trent Alexander-Arnold into Salah. I mean, there's a player that's got to turn it on over the next few weeks. Trent. Didn't even get in the England. Look at Lacazette. Look at Lacazette. Look at him. You may as well just run around with Speedos on. Like, he is unbelievable. Him and Richarlison are absolutely divers. I mean, all right. There's a little bit of contact with his face, but it's definitely not going to cause him to go down like that. He really does milk the pudding. He treats the pitch like a swimming pool. That referee's haircut is terrible. Shave it all off. Oh. I feel bad now. He actually is bleeding. Oh God. Well, he's like the boy who cried wolf. He is like the boy who cried wolf. He is. Because he dives all the time, and now he is bleeding from the eye. So he has actually hurt himself. But look, sorry Lacazette, we all thought you were diving, but the boy who cried wolf, you know. And if you don't know what happened with the boy who cried wolf, there was this boy who was a shepherd. I mean, look, there's all sorts of questions with that straight away. What is a boy doing as a shepherd? But there was this boy who was a shepherd. It's a fable, so it's not true. Is a boy who is a shepherd, and he goes up the hill, and the village is down below, and he's in a field up on the top of this hill, and he's looking after the sheep, and he shouts wolf, and all the men come running up with their sticks to beat the wolf up. Sounds barbaric. And he goes, oh, I was only joking. And they go, oh, stop wasting our time. And then they're probably French. I always imagine them as French. Anyway, they go back down. The next day, he's bored. So he goes, wolf, wolf. And all the people come running up. And they're like, where's the wolf? We want to beat it up again. And I'm only joking. And then the third time, a wolf comes and starts killing all the sheep. And he shouts, wolf, wolf. And all the people are like, oh, whatever. We're not going again. It's a joke. He's just taking a piss. And then all the sheep get eaten. I don't think he doesn't get eaten by the wolf. Which, if the wolf can eat the sheep, and he can't stop the wolf from eating the sheep, why doesn't the wolf eat him? But it's a flawed story, but basically it's about, if you fake it, people won't believe you when something really happens. A lot of people saying he does get eaten by the wolf. There you go. That makes it even more tragic. I don't like that story anymore. Somebody just said my girl cries wolf all the time. She fakes it then. I hope you're okay after the bullying from Seb Mark. We're all here for you. Your bullying is never okay in the workplace, says Joshua Powwater. And yeah, everyone's saying the boy gets eaten. You've ruined my night. You've ruined my night. I'll be having nightmares tonight. The referee looks like an iced gem. I hated them. Tom. I absolutely hated them. Them ice gem things. You know, like sweets you used to, or confectionery or stuff you used to eat as a kid just because you wanted something to eat but you never actually bloody liked it. Raisins. Fucking hated raisins. Seb likes them. Like they're, you know, a little carton of raisins. I hate them. I can't stand them. Never liked raisins. Cross comes in again. Salah working hard against Tierney. Nice reverse pass to Trent. He's in the box. Milner. Mane. Straight at Leno with the header. Lots of people going in on Aubameyang's haircut. I can't really take the piss out of people's haircut. Mine's monstrous at the moment. It's only gel that's making it look presentable. It's so long. It really needs a cut. Raisins on Weetabix. Daniel Hopkins says raisins on Weetabix. I bet you're married to Katie Hopkins with opinions like that. Salah in the box. Good tackle. I'll tell you what, I think Arsenal will be relatively happy with this. Oh, that's terrible by Aubameyang. Lovely play by Fabinho. Cross comes in, headed away by Gabriel. Trent. Liverpool just, at the moment, I'd be a bit worried if I was Arsenal. It feels like they're closing in. Mark, how much money would you have to get paid to do a City career? This is Cameron Belcher. Man City's owners couldn't pay me enough money to do a Man City FIFA career mode. God, it'd just be so boring as well. I mean, nobody really watches Man City in real life, let alone a Man City FIFA career mode. I mean, that's got to be the deadest thing ever. I mean, what? Let's play a little game in the live comments. What's as dead as a Man City FIFA career mode? Painting a fence, painting a wall grey and watching it dry. Come on, there's got to be some good stuff that is so dead nobody'd ever do it. What's the deadest thing you can do? I'm not talking about dead people, I'm just talking about dead things. A Man City FIFA career mode has got to be the deadest thing you could ever do on FIFA. If Seb to become a different fan of a different club or a fan of one of the Birmingham clubs, would you be disappointed, says Jacob Goldbridge? Genuinely, literally, one of my daughters said last week that I'm going to get Seb to support Liverpool for a joke. And I said, don't even joke about it. Like, if you do that, you're both moving out. And you can't come back in until you support United. Where would we go? I don't know. But it's not happening. Here's Mane down the left-hand side. 2v2. Oh, it gets stuck behind Salah. And they've cleared it. A good escape there from Arsenal. That was a very good opportunity. 2v2. And it's Mane and Salah. Salah bad control. But Liverpool just getting a little bit closer and closer here. But as I said before, it's not terrible for Arsenal. I've seen this happen to Arsenal a few times under Arteta. It's the Ollie way. It's basically the Solskjaer way against the top six. Where you work really hard and try and nick a goal. But keep a clean sheet. Yeah, watching grass grow. That's a bit like a Man City FIFA career mode. Are you going to do Jake Paul's fight for a watch-along? If not, any other boxing watch-alongs? And I think United will win 4-2 tomorrow. Come on, United, says Alandre Pienaar. Oh, I see a stretch. Oh. I've done a lot of sitting down today. Half an hour gone. Here's Firmino. And he shoots wide. Typical Firmino, really. I mean, he's a weird player, Firmino, isn't he? Do you think the ref's missus cut his hair on April the 1st? He's definitely had a... I feel sorry for the ref because he's on the pitch with all these multimillionaires who clearly, like Pogba and everybody, they've clearly had proper hairdressers doing their hair. I mean, look, it's not lost on me. Footballers have been getting their hair cut by proper hairdressers, haven't they? While the rest of us are not allowed to do it, footballers have suddenly found a way to get designer haircuts, and it's okay because they're footballers. But that referee, he's on the pitch with everyone who's well groomed, and he's bloody done his hair pissed up with a blindfold on. I bet Aubameyang did pay someone to do his hair. He probably paid him hundreds of pounds to do that. He probably thinks it's good. Getting old, Mark. Any more of that stretching, you'll end up like Peter Crouch, says Ben Thornton. There's not a lot of love for Aubameyang's hair. I mean, I've got to be honest, I probably would never, ever have that haircut myself, but I don't know whether it looks good or not. I mean, I don't really have an opinion on his hair. I tell you, I have an opinion on his game. He's playing a bit shit at the moment. But 31 minutes gone. It's just funny though. Footballers have been getting haircuts throughout lockdown, and I know you're a professional footballer, but why do you get to have a haircut? It's not in the rules, is it? If you're rich, you can get one. Famous people get treated better than regular people, Sean. Exactly what I was thinking, but didn't want to say. They've got private barbers. It's still not right though, is it? Still not fair. Oh, here we go. Good ball into the left-hand side. Aubameyang is in the box on the left-hand side. Plenty of Liverpool players back. And it's a decent enough cross. Pepe heads it straight at the keeper. No power on it. Standard save for Alisson. Although a standard save for Alisson, it would have been offside Aubameyang as well. Yeah, it's interesting for Trent Alexander-Arnold though. Not in the Euro squad for England. I mean, I wouldn't take it to heart if I was Trent. I mean, Southgate's judgment is terrible. But if he wants to get back in the England squad, which I'm sure he does, he's got to have a good end to the season. Stud McGuinness says, is Tower Bridge the best bridge in the world? Well, I do like Tower Bridge. As bridges go, as bridges over water go, I do like Tower Bridge, but there's only one bridge. Goldbridge. Jamie Wilson says Southgate's never trusted Sancho, Grealish, or Trent. Well, you know, I don't trust. I don't think many England fans trust Southgate really. He's the worst gate in the world. And look, I used to have a horrible gate at my old house that, you know, it was the hinges. It was off the hinges. You had to. It was heavy as well. And to close the gate every day, I had to sort of almost pick it up and drag it. And that gate wasn't as bad as Southgate. A nice ball into Trent. Here he is with a lot of space. What's your cross like? It's not bad, Milner. Oh, he's got a score from there. And he hasn't. He's put it wide. Trent Alexander-Arnold down the right-hand side. Cuts it back to the edge of the box to Milner. It's not his first chance today. And he puts it wide from the edge of the box. He's got to be hitting the target from here. Hangs back on the edge of the box. Perfect ball cut back from Trent. Bang. Doesn't hit the target. Probably the best chance of the game for Liverpool, this. Yeah, he's got to hit the target from there. Hi Mark, is global warming as bad as the scientists say in your opinion, says Rich Smith. With somebody who's, I mean, basically, you're asking me to deliver a baby here. I don't know how to deliver a baby, and I don't really know the scientific truth behind global warming. So, you know, I can't give you anything that people can hang their hat on. But I do think global warming is real, in my opinion. But that's only based on the fact that the winters are definitely more mild than they were when I was younger. and the summers are more, I nearly said tempestuous, but they're not stable. There's a lot more rain, and it just feels different. Where do we think Burnley will finish, Marcello? Bottom half, safe?
Well, I'll be very happy with that. People, that's like winning the league for me. For me, if Woody scores 5 goals for a Burnley striker, that's like winning the Golden Boot. And if we finish one off relegation, that's like winning the Champions League. And you can pick the pips out of that, because that's the reality of Burnley.
We don't. We hardly get any snow at Christmas now. We used to get it quite regular, yeah. 36 minutes. Still 0-0. Arsenal's game at the moment clearly is to try and keep a clean sheet and nick a goal, which is probably... I mean, look, is there anything wrong with that from Arsenal, really? I mean, of course you want to be better, but tiny steps and all that. I think to be competitive in the top 4, Arsenal probably need 5 top players. I'm not saying world-class players. I'm not saying they've got to get bloody Mbappe, but 5 top players. And I'm talking about, if you look at the Liverpool side, you need 5 top players like, Mane and Salah are world-class players, so I'm not going to say those, but, people like a Fabinho. You could say Fabinho's world class, to be fair, and Robertson and Trent. I mean, Liverpool have got a lot of good players. Liverpool's probably a bad example, but they do need 5 top players to add to this squad that they've got, and not to lose any of the good players they've already got. They can't say let's sell Saka to get someone else in. I think if Arsenal added 5 top class players to that team, they could start being competitive again. Because, to be honest, this game is... You can tell the difference between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's basically a good team against a not-so-good team. Here he is with his crap haircut. It's awful. How can you referee a big game and let someone do your hair like that? It's all over the place. Look at it. What has he done? I'm going to be on primetime TV tomorrow. Can you cut my hair, Gran? Lockdown haircuts, says Graham Farrell. Josh Wood says, who do you think's going to win this game? I think that... Well, I mean, I wouldn't count Liverpool out. I wouldn't count Arsenal out because it's 0-0. But I think that you would fancy. You would say Liverpool, wouldn't you? Because it could really do with it being a draw. From a United point of view, a draw would be fine. And I think if you're a Chelsea fan, you want a draw, and if you're a Spurs fan, you want a draw, and if you're a West Ham or a Leicester fan, you want a draw. Maybe even an Arsenal win. But, Liverpool, if they win this, I think they've got a fantastic chance of getting top 4, and then someone's going to drop out. It can't be United, Leicester and Chelsea if Liverpool get top 4. Someone's got to drop out. So, top 4 race is going to be very interesting. I don't know who Leicester have got. Because Leicester are not in the Europa League anymore as well. That's an advantage to them. 1 game a week, I think, is going to help people. Spurs are in that boat. So Leicester play West Ham next Sunday, which is a massive game, which I won't be able to do because it's right before Man United play Spurs. But West Ham, Leicester next weekend. Then they've got West Brom, Palace. You'd expect them to win that. Then they've got Southampton, Newcastle, United, Chelsea, I mean, Leicester's last 3 games are tough. Man United, Chelsea, Leicester. No, they're not playing themselves. Tottenham. So Leicester need to get a bit of a wiggle on over the next few weeks. But people keep saying, "Oh, you're sleeping on Leicester." We're not sleeping on Leicester. I expect Leicester to bottle it. But they have got a bit of a points advantage, haven't they? I think they've got 6 points on Chelsea at the moment, which is quite considerable. Nice ball into Aubameyang. Wanted a free kick. He's not got it. Yeah, Lesnide says Chelsea are the one. Leicester and Man United won't drop out. It's Chelsea. Here's Salah on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, sorry. Little back heel. Milner. Cross comes in. Back post. Robertson. Going to hit it in first time. It's a delightful cross. Well away by Holding. And Chambers completes the clearance. Here's Pepe. Good tackle by Fabinho. GTA will be about 11 o'clock tonight, Cameron. I've dropped the link in the video description for Twitch if you want to give us a follow. We're nearly at 67,000 on there. We should hit that tonight. Just looking at my recent streams on there. Grand Theft Auto, Football Manager, FIFA 21, Fall Guys and Rocket League. What a 5. It's not a bad top 5 of games to play, that, is it? I love the Dyche impression because I'm a Blackburn fan. This is Sam Hughes. Yeah, I'm not doing any more Dyche. He needs to be put to bed. Maybe he'll come out for Grand Theft Auto. Goldbridge and Dyche on in the car.
What are you doing, Goldbridge? Get me to the shoe shop. I need some trainers.
It's not a shoe shop. It's not a shoe shop. What is it then? Where would you put Matt Le Tissier in all-time English talents? He's right up there for me, says Rich Smith. Hey, he was a good player, you know, Le Tissier. There was a time where it felt like every week on Match of the Day he was up for, every month, goal of the month. Funny player, Le Tissier, because you never felt that he was going to leave Southampton, but he definitely could have played for a higher club than Southampton, but I think Southampton suited him because he was sort of seen as a luxury player. And would he have worked at a top 4 club? You know, would he have applied himself? He was a bit of a luxury player. Journey's down injured again. He's quite injury prone, isn't he? Gotham City. He was a good player, George. Le Tissier. I probably will give Ultimate Team a go on FIFA next year, you know, because it's too late now. Irrespective of 2 non-athletic centre-back, Liverpool is still comfortable with their defences. 2, being a YouTuber, what's the secret ingredient? Like, how do you manage family time and United stands as pratic? Well, I can answer that very, very quickly. In my last job, I used to get up and leave the house at 7 o'clock and I didn't used to get home till 6:30. So, if you think about it, that's 12 hours away from your house doing a normal job. When I used to work in policing, I used to work nights. I used to work, late shifts, which was 1 till 11. So, you know, by no means is being a YouTuber or football content creator more impactful on your life than having a normal job. So, you know, obviously watching a match at 8 o'clock is, you know, not ideal on a Saturday, but, you know. Telltale Streams series would really recommend. Great for streams, says Zach. Oh yeah, I loved Game of Thrones on Telltale. Was so good, and it was so disappointing that they didn't complete it. That's one of my favourite games I've ever played. Game of Thrones on Telltale. It was great. Really did enjoy it. Someone said to play Becoming Human, Detroit. Turney off injured again. Becoming a bit injury prone, isn't he? Don't know what he's done there, but he's walking off. But it was actually from a late tackle he did on Milner, and he's ended up injuring himself. I'll tell you what, though, I did think at the time when he tackled Milner, I did actually think that is, Milner's like made of granite. He's solid, Milner. I wouldn't want to go into 50-50 with Milner. And unfortunately for Tierney, he's come off worse there. And I don't know what he's done because he's walking normal, but who knows. Line of duty tomorrow, Mark. You see Ryan from the OCG in Season 4 is now a copper on this season, says Mitchell Bassett. Yeah, I did. I won't be able to watch it, mate, because United are on. I'll have to watch it after. You got to go low, 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 low. 2 minutes added on. Here's Aubameyang. So it looks like it's going to be 0-0 at half time here. Pepe with the cross. Ooh, Milner gets it away. Well, I just got a message from Drawty there that apparently all the fan channels that are doing a live watch along did clap for Claude. Well, I say all of them. I'm not 100% all of them did, but certainly the ones that are on the list there, which was nice. And all of you did as well, which is fantastic. Costs nothing to pay your respects to somebody, does it? Do I like darts? I don't know whether I can show you. I'm not going to throw it at the camera. That's the end of the stream, but there you go. And if I get that, hit my dart there. My dartboard's just there. It's in because I'm in my room, aren't I? I've got my dartboard there. Sometimes during the day when I'm a bit bored, or if McFred are annoying me, I'll put a picture up and throw darts at it. But no, I have got a dartboard. I haven't got pictures of McFred. I actually did nearly hit the bullseye there as well. I hit a 7, but very close to the bullseye. Half time. Let's stop the clock. So you know what? I've enjoyed that 45 minutes much more than I enjoyed the other game that we watched, Man City against Leicester. I've enjoyed that, and I think the second half's got a lot more to show. I'll be very happy with the point. I don't want to see a 0-0, but I'd be very happy with the point because I think that would be a good result for United and everybody else who wants to get top 4. But 0-0 at half time, not really any clear-cut chances. Milner with the cut, well, Trent with the cutback, and Milner should have done better. But apart from that, not a lot going on. Hello, Mark. Hope you're doing well, mate. Says Claude Alabany. Thank you, mate. Hope you're doing well. And Mark would smash his tie playing Dark Souls, says Shannon Sharp. Play Telltale Walking Dead 4 seasons, says Brandon Snow. I wouldn't mind playing that, to be fair. Anyway, let's talk about the football for a moment. Massive game for Liverpool. They do need to win this game. If you've not seen what the league table looks like at the moment, Liverpool currently down in 7th, but a win today would put them 2 points behind Chelsea, who are 4th after their loss today. They stay on 51 points. Spurs have got the opportunity to go up to 4th tomorrow. If they beat Newcastle, they're 4th. Mad season. I mean, look, I've got to say, United are 2nd, and I think we're going to get more points than we got last year, and that's progression. But there's no doubt that this season's been shit. Like, it really has. If Spurs get top 4, even a Spurs fan would say, how have we managed that, with a big smile on their face? Because Spurs have dropped so many points this season. So many points. And if Spurs end up getting top 4, I think that just shows you how poor the season has been. But you can only play the league in front of you, and fair play to Spurs. If they get top 4, they've deserved it over 38 games. And then West Ham playing on Monday night could retake 4th place if they were to win. But Chelsea have opened up the top 4 race. We were talking there about, could Leicester drop out? I mean, Leicester are 5 points ahead of Chelsea. That is quite a lot. With 8 games to go, 5 points is decent. I mean, it's not loads, but it's decent. Having said that, was it How long was left of the season when we came back in June after lockdown? That was about 8 or 9 games, wasn't it? And they blew that. So we will see. We will see. Apparently there's a bit of worry over Salah's future as well. Liverpool face a conundrum over Egyptian forward Mo Salah, with figures inside the club increasingly convinced he is eyeing a future elsewhere. I don't know how long he's got left on his contract, but there we go. Anyway, get your questions in, your either ors. One thing I didn't do, and I should do, I wouldn't say, our attention was drawn to the 19th minute and applauding Claude. One thing we didn't do was, what's your favourite Easter egg? What's your favourite Easter egg? Now, for me, my favourite Easter egg has to be, unless it's a really posh Easter egg, like some sort of, limited edition, salted caramel and all that jazz. For me, there's only one Easter egg, and that is Galaxy. Because I love Galaxy chocolate. So that is my favourite one out of all of them. And second place would be anything from Mars. I do like Cadbury's, but basically it's celebrations against heroes. Everything in a celebrations tub, whether it's Mars, Snickers, Maltesers, Galaxy, Twix, whatever, that's all made by Mars, Galaxy. So I like anything to do with Mars. That's my favourite. Chocolate orange is nice, Stuart Smith. And I do like Cadbury's chocolate, but I just prefer Mars. Mark, let's be honest, no way this Liverpool side are making top 4 playing like this, no way. Maybe Liverpool of last season, of course, but no chance with this one. Well, mate, but look at the fixtures. Their 2 toughest fixtures in their last few games are tonight against Arsenal and United at Old Trafford. I think there's enough games for Liverpool to win. And look, of course they can. Of course they can drop points. They lost to Brighton, Burnley at home, didn't they? But I think if Liverpool win tonight, they can do it. Oh, Michael Collins. I want to virtually high-five you. Galaxy Ripple is the elite. I can't explain how nice a Galaxy Ripple is. I mean, Cadbury's Flake is like a shit on the street compared to a Galaxy Ripple. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a Cadbury's Flake, but a Galaxy Ripple, it's, you know what it is? It's the little bits of air in it as it crunches in your teeth. It is. If you've never had a Galaxy Ripple, they are so nice. And it's not even just the taste. It's the texture. It's the air in it. Unbelievable. It's such a lovely chocolate bar, the Galaxy Ripple. But Liverpool dominance is the story. That's what they're saying on Sky, and it's true. I mean, I've got to say I'm getting a bit excited about Easter Sunday now. Easter eggs. It's something that's been with me since a kid. You get your Easter eggs. It's got nothing. I don't know what it's got to do with Easter, though. I suppose it's... and look, I'm going to take an educated guess here. Eggs are the symbol of life. They're not to me. They're the symbol of a poached egg or a scrambled egg. But I suppose it's got something to do with that. Eggs, life, Jesus, resurrection, new life, says Don Wesley. Exactly. I like eggy bread. I just don't like the name of it. Granada versus Manchester United, Marcelo. Well, I'm just going to check La Liga. Let me just type it in. C-R-A-P League. There we go, La Liga. And table. So Granada are 8th in the La Liga. Well, and they've got 9 points less than Sociedad. So this is not going to be a hard game for Manchester United. They played today against Osasuna, who are currently 13th, and they drew 0-0. So I think United, famous last words, you never know what's going to happen, but it should be a standard win for Manchester United. I don't even know. Oh no, that's Getafe. Sorry, that was Getafe. Granada lost 3-0 to Villarreal, who are also in the tournament. So Soldado plays for them. Kennedy. I mean, look, to be fair, Brighton can play Man United off the park tomorrow. So, you know, if they're a decent footballing side, they've always got a chance. But McFred or Anderson and Cleverley, Dennis? I'd definitely Anderson and Cleverley. I really don't rate McFred, as you might have hinted, as you might know. They've conceded the most goals in the Liga, says Evan Scannell. Should be an easy game for United, really. Should be, but you never know. You never know. How old is Benzema now, Robert? Because I rate Benzema, but I don't think he's going to leave. 6782 says football, Sancho or Rafinha? Sancho. And music, Smiths or The Clash? Well, if a double-decker bus crashes into us, to die by your side, oh, the pleasure, the privilege mine. Oh, there is a light and it never goes out. That's a rubbish Morrissey, but I do like the Smiths. He's 40. Benzema's not 40. YouTube or Twitch? YouTube for watch-alongs and football. Twitch for gaming. Simple as that. If you want to watch me on Twitch, it's a bit of a different vibe, but I will be on this screen with a game behind me at about 11 o'clock tonight. I've dropped the link in the video description. Give us a follow. It's easy to do. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. I'm not on the United Stand. I'm on where am I? Let's do some stats. I'm not in here either. Don't know what that one is. Don't know what that one is. There we go. There we are. What's your thoughts on postponing finals and playing them a year later? What finals? Perry, what finals? Fleetwood Mac or U2? U2, but I do like Fleetwood Mac. You can go your own way. You can go your own way. I love it. You can go your own way. You can go your own way. You can find another lonely day. What's your thoughts on Neto? I think he's a quality player. Yeah, Luke, I think he's a good player. I just think there is a weird thing with Wolves players that they don't seem to leave for whatever reason. I think Ruben Neves would be a good player, but you know, maybe not. Maybe he isn't a top 4 player. But there are. I mean, look at Jota. Is it Jota or Jota? I don't know. But like he's a good player as well, isn't he? So please subscribe. By the way, we're only 15 away from 348,000. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. You're all very welcome on here. It doesn't matter who you support. That's the way it works. Top 4 predictions, Mark. Oh, what a good question. I like a question that brings everybody in. So we've done favourite Easter egg. Now let's do favourite. What top 4 is going to be. So top 4 for me, Man City win the league. I think Man United will get second now. I think if they win tomorrow, it makes the gap too big. I think it makes United 8 points ahead of Chelsea, so with 8 points to go. So I think Man City United. I do think Leicester will actually probably do it, looking at their fixtures, but you never know with Leicester. I think it will either be Man City, Man United, Leicester, Liverpool, or it will be Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool. But as much as I think Leicester will drop points, that means Chelsea and Liverpool have got to win most of their games, and I've got this funny feeling that they will not be able to do it. Mark, what do you think of Dicey's Beer Garden back in the day in Dublin? I used to get my roast dinner there every Wednesday after school. Good memories. Go United. I don't know whether it is Knobs Gaming. Can you do reacting to mean tweets on other account? Says Nicholas Vincent. I can write it down. I do write ideas down, but Funny how everything works out right. Do 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 do. Funny me. Prime Hazard or Prime Salah? Salah for me, Claude. Do I think Spurs will get top four? I mean, look, I think I think if Spurs win tomorrow, they've got to win tomorrow. That puts them into fourth place, and therefore they've got to be a massive, massive shout for top four. I look at Spurs fixtures. They've got Man United next week. They need to get something out of that. Then they've got Everton, Southampton. Then they've got Sheffield United, Leeds, Wolves, Villa, and Leicester. I mean, look, with nothing else to focus on, that you know, you never know. You never know with Spurs. We saw it in that all or nothing. Spurs can go on good runs under Mourinho, and if they did that, then of course they've got a very good chance. I think the top four race is going to be very, very interesting. What streaming software do you use, Mark? OBS. Which, oh no, I've already cancelled that actually. I used to use XSplit, but that's not too bad either. What's the best biscuit to bunk in your tea? Bunking your tea. Dunking your tea. Hobnobs, Yusuf. What do I think about Porto versus Chelsea? I think Chelsea are firm favourites, but I also think that you never know in a situation like that. I mean, look, Man United are firm favourites against Granada. It doesn't mean Granada couldn't beat us. And Porto could certainly beat Chelsea, but I think Chelsea are very firm favourites. For me, the Champions League will go like this. City will beat Dortmund comfortably. Liverpool should beat Madrid. Bayern Munich should beat PSG. And Chelsea should beat Porto. So there should be 3 English clubs in the semi-final. Madrid and Liverpool is the tie of the round for me. I think Man City versus Dortmund is only interesting because Haaland plays for Dortmund. I don't know whether Sancho's going to be fit. But Liverpool, Real Madrid is interesting. And PSG against Bayern is interesting. But I really hope, for the sake of football, that Bayern are really good and beat PSG. Because if they don't, I think Man City are going to win the Champions League because I don't know who's going to stop them. We need Bayern to be elite, and I'm not sure they are. Second half kicks up. Will Newcastle go down? It depends. It depends. I mean, look, it's like the race for top four, isn't it? Like, the trouble with the race for anything is the teams behind have got to keep winning, and the teams who've got the points have got the advantage. And at the moment, Newcastle are not in the bottom 4. They're 2 points off it with a game in hand. So you can say that Newcastle are going to get relegated, but at least they're not in the relegation spots. You know, Fulham and West Brom have got to keep winning, haven't they? I think West Brom should go down. You know, West Brom should go down. West Brom are 7 points off Newcastle, but really they're 5 points off Fulham as well. So I think West Brom are not going to leapfrog Fulham and Newcastle, and they're 11 points off Brighton. So I think West Brom are down. It's between Fulham and Newcastle. And again, it's going to come down to their final fixtures, isn't it? Who's got the easier fixtures on paper? And Fulham, they've got Villa tomorrow. They've got Wolves. They've got Arsenal. They've got Chelsea, Burnley, Southampton, Man United, Newcastle. That Newcastle game on the last game of the season probably won't matter by then, but it could be huge. It could be huge. Be great, wouldn't it, doing a watch along on the last game of the season for a relegation, but they all kick off at the same time. Come on, Arsenal, says Zayn Miassi. Favourite United debut goal, Martial versus Liverpool for me. What do you think United's starting 11 will be after the transfer market, says John O'Kane. I think they'll have a new striker and a new centre-back. It's hard to know who they'll get, though. You can go your own way. You can go your own way. Chuck says, what war do you find interesting and why? And have you heard of the Russian sleep experiment? No. Tell us. What wars do I find interesting? World War. I always find World War II more interesting than World War One, and I always find the Battle of the Five Armies in The Hobbit more interesting than Vietnam. So they're probably my two favourite wars. Battles. I love the Battle of Hastings. I'm very interested in that one. William the Conqueror. The Battle of Helm's Deep in the Two Towers. And the Battle of Trafalgar is interesting as well. Here's Marne. Oh, some of the battles in Game of Thrones are good as well. Although I think what annoys me about the Game of Thrones is in the early seasons they obviously didn't have a lot of money because they'd have a battle off screen, wouldn't they? Like, Rob's off to war to avenge his dad's dead head. We've won the war. We won the battle. Well done. That's 5 battles in a row. We've not seen any. But then in the later seasons, they've got all the bloody budget, haven't they? Battle of the Bastards. I tell you what, one of my favourite episodes of Game of Thrones is, and I've watched it 4 or 5 times, is from the final season, which isn't even that good. The White Walkers at Winterfell. I think that's a really good episode, and I love the music. Yeah, I love it. That's a really good episode, but the last season's shit. Anyway, back to the football. Liverpool are dominating possession again. I would be very happy with a draw here. It is the only problem. You're right, George. The episode is very dark. You need to watch it in a very dark room. It's a dark episode in relation to. It's not dark because, brothers and sisters start doing things or anything like that. It's dark because it's actually the screen's very dark. Mitch says that episode was crap. Probably an Arsenal fan. Mark, thoughts on Croydon United centre-back? No, I'm not going to read that, Gabe. And do you still play football, Mark? Says Sam Owen. I haven't played competitively and I need to get back. I mean, it's such a shame for me, lockdown, because when you're at the back end of your career, approaching not being able to play football anymore, losing what is effectively going to be about 14 months is sad. Saw you on the Cultaholic Wrestling podcast. Interesting watch, says Plexen. Yeah, I did enjoy that. And I'm looking forward to hey, check me out on next week. Just keep following me and I'll let you know. WrestleMania watch along next Sunday night. Looking forward to it. I tell you what, I'm starting to get pumped up. I thought today, 2 watch-alongs in a row, I'd probably be too tired to do Game of Thrones. It's a shame there's no good Game of Thrones computer games, actually. I thought I'd be too tired to do. Yeah, I'm doing the Sunday night WrestleMania, Charlie. I need to start researching it, really. What's your favourite watch-along ever? The Super Bowl one. I love the Super Bowl. I mean, my favourite watch-alongs are football, because I love football, and I know football, but I did enjoy the Super Bowl. I think when you do something different, it's good, isn't it? The Who Wants to Be a Millionaire one was good. Yeah, it will be on Paddy Power. That's the sort of deal we've done this year, is just to do some, take my football watch-alongs and put them into different scenarios. So we're probably going to do, whenever they announce the Fury Joshua one, we'll do that. Favourite ever Arsenal player, Chelsea player, Liverpool player, Spurs player, says Soundstation. Arsenal player is probably Bergkamp. Chelsea player, you'll notice they're inoffensive players who are quality. So, favourite ever Chelsea player, I'd probably say Zola, because I didn't find Chelsea offensive then. When Chelsea first got money, and they were like a decent team, but they weren't offensive. So Zola. Liverpool player, God, that's virtually impossible. The word favourite in Liverpool just doesn't go into my vocabulary. So I can't give you a favourite Liverpool player because I've never watched the Liverpool player with affection. So I can't do that. Spurs player. I quite liked Ginola at Spurs. I did like Ginola at Spurs. I know he wasn't there massively long. Ooh. Now then. Ceballos. Is this one of those where it could end up with a yellow? He's gone down quite badly hurt, Thiago, but I don't think it's going to lead to anything. It was one of them there. It looked a little bit nasty, but I think Thiago might have made something of it. He's not even going to book him. Play on. Not even going to book him. $19.99 Man United or 2021 Man City. You know, for a moment there, I thought you said 1999 Man United or 2021 Man United. Man United. I was like, so we're comparing the treble side to now. That is like comparing a lovely chocolate mousse with a lovely fresh turd, isn't it? And Man United a lovely 99 treble winning chocolate mousse. Bruno Silva wants a shout out. A ref should send himself off for that haircut, says Dale Hall. Imagine if a player did that to him for a laugh, got hold of his red card and went, red card for the haircut. It would go absolutely worldwide viral. He'd probably send him off, though, for being disrespectful. Thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. We've gone past 348,000 on the road to 350k, so thanks everyone for tuning in. I don't know whether we're going to get a goal in this. I didn't fancy it to be a 0-0, but at the moment, I just wonder whether Arsenal are going to do an Arsenal under Arteta. And although here's Salah down the right-hand side. Good tackle by Gabriel. What's your percentage on Pogba and Martial going, says MNK Group? I don't think Martial's going, so I'm sort of 70% sure he'll stay. I'd say 70% sure that he's going to stay. Pogba... I see what I think is going to happen with Pogba is I think Pogba's going to run his contract down, so that would mean he's going to stay but ultimately go. So I think it will be. I think Pogba's is more layered. I think Martial will stay. I think Pogba it's more difficult to predict. What's your favourite crisps? Erling Haaland. Imagine if it was the real one. I quite like a lot of different crisps, to be fair. I mean, I like Skips. I like spicy tomato snaps, even though I haven't had them for years. But then I like Walkers. I love McCoy's. You know, they're probably my favourite crisps. I mean, I don't know whether anybody's watched my video, The Best Sandwich Ever. But that is... a lovely, lovely sandwich. And if you have it with ribbed crisps. Ribbed crisps? I'm thinking of something else. What am I thinking of? Ribbed. It's not ribbed. It's crinkle cut crisps. Ribbed crisps. I know what I'm thinking about. Ribbed crisps. Oh yeah, I love a good sandwich with some ribbed crisps. What are you going to do with them crisps, Goldbridge? What are you doing with your ribbed crisps? Crinkle cut crisps. Bloody idiot. Yeah, I like crinkle cut crisps. They're the nicest. I've never tried ribbed crisps, and I never will. But I do like crinkle cut crisps. Hey Mark, love the show. Who's better, Cantona or Bruno? Cantona, Kieran Hunt. Sensations are nice, yeah. I'm a crisp man. I love crisps. So there's not many crisps I don't like. There's not even many flavours I don't like. Yotta's coming on, or Jota. Ribbed crisps for a royal oral pleasure. Yeah, I like that one. Would you ever come to New York, says Thomas? I would. To be honest, I'd go to Old York at the moment. I'd love to start doing some travelling, as I'm sure we all would. What did Neymar get sent off for today then? Was it petulance or a bad foul? Frank Carville says, can you do follower chat on Twitch tonight, please? What's follower chat? Oh, I know what you mean, yeah. Mate, not really. It just gets ridiculous, like, it does. And that's a community decision. It's not even really... Well, it is mine ultimately, but it's just ridiculous. We are playing not to lose. It's just a Spanish our league. This is not the Arsenal way, says Zayn Miassi. I'm surprised you haven't had a go a little bit more, Zane. I must admit. I mean, I'm quite pro Arteta at Arsenal, in the sense that I think he's got a very difficult job and I think it will take time. But if I was an Arsenal fan, I would be a little bit like he did this a year ago against Liverpool and we won, but it's basically counter-attack FC. At some point, you've got to try and do it a little bit different, haven't you? Mark, Google says 5'8". I'm not 5'8". I don't know. I've not put that information in and no one's been to measure me, so Google's lying. You're going to the shoe shop tonight, says Connor Linnett. I don't know, it is Saturday night. After a drink, who knows? Might want some trainers. I'll tell you what though. No, remind me of this tonight on the stream. I'll tell you what I was going to say about the shoe shop. Very good tip about the shoe shop. 11 o'clock HM. I'm going to finish this stream, have a bath, watch a bit of telly, and then I'll load up, play a bit of Twitch to the early hours. So Robertson's coming off here, and on comes Jota. So he's going to some sort of... I don't know what he's going to do here. Milner probably goes left back. 5 foot more, like 6 foot, says Goldbridge of the Fangirl Society. I don't think we get many girls watching our streams. I mean, if I said, is anybody a girl? There's no way of knowing. Did you see the MEN Dream Team 11, says MNK Group? No, I can imagine what it is. Mark, there is a guy on TikTok that can accurately calculate your height with maths based on items he sees like your mug. Bollocks. Bullshit. I mean, you don't even see my bottom half. Just want to say a big thanks for the Grand Theft Auto stream, says Zach Evans. Yeah, people are really enjoying it. I mean, we had 4,500 watching the other night. I'm intrigued to see how many we'll get tonight. Probably about 5. But you know what? I'll enjoy it. Yeah, Twitch tonight at about 11. Links in the video description, or just follow me on. Just check my Twitter out and my Instagram, because I'll put it in there when I'm going to go live. Yeah, I'm excited to see what missions we've got to do tonight, actually. Anyway, here's Mane down the left-hand side. If you've got any topics you want us to discuss in relation to football whilst we're watching this, chuck them in. This is on Sky Sports Orders, yes. I just want to give everyone a big shout out as well. I mean, look, I know seems to be the world and his dog seem to do football content now, but we've been doing this for a long time, and we do it our own way. And I must say, I would never, despite all the offers I get, none. I'm joking. Obviously, I get a lot of offers. I had an offer to do something tonight, and I was like, no, I'm doing a watch along. Despite all the offers I get, I wouldn't stop doing this for a while. I wouldn't stop doing this for the world. I love the ability to watch a football match and then just interact with live comments. It's my favourite. It's my favourite type of content. I'd rather do this than sit in a room with a load of other people. So, thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks everyone who subscribed and got involved. I've really enjoyed it tonight, even though neither game has really lived up to it. But it's a goal! Right on cue! Right on cue! Call Ronnie Sullivan, because he's right on cue. It's Joe Jota. Jota. Is his first name Jota? I don't know. He's got a header though. Maybe Leno. I thought he was going to pull off a great save. Could he have saved it? But the cross comes in, and I think it's Trent Alexander-Arnold there on the right-hand side. Watch this cross. This is what he can do. Oh, it's on a plate. That cross from TAA puts it on his on a plate. He knows it as well. And it's 1-0 to Liverpool, and they'll be very, very happy about that. And what is Arsenal's response going to be? Because they've played the game, like Zane said, they've played this game to keep a clean sheet and try and hit something on the break. Very similar to what Leicester have done today. Leicester have lost, and I think Arsenal at the moment are heading towards a loss. What is their response going to be in this game? Keeper's got to do better there, says Devils 58 Reds. Trent Alexander-Arnold is different gravy. It was a lovely cross. Absolutely fantastic cross from Trent. And look, he plays for Liverpool. I think we can all see that. But there's no doubt that over the previous 2 seasons to this, he's arguably the best right back in Europe. This season, I think he's been very disappointing. I think the keeper should save that. It's straight at his hand. It's a lovely cross, and to be fair, Jota should probably head it somewhere else, but he heads it towards the keeper, and the keeper palms it into the net. I mean, there's a lot of power on it. But yeah, it's a fantastic cross, and how you wouldn't take him to the World Cup is beyond me. I've said it so many times that I'm doing Grand Theft Auto tonight. I can't keep saying it, and you've just done a super chat for it. But yes, definitely. 11 o'clock tonight on Twitch. Link in the video description. Thoughts on United 17-18 versus current United season? 3 years. Was that Mourinho? You could argue it was better. The header had lots of power in it, to be fair, says Dia. Yep, strong neck muscles. Can Arsenal get back into it? Of course they can. 25 minutes. But they've got to show a little bit more. They've got to play more on the front foot, because Liverpool at the moment are just going to keep going. And here is Trent again. He's got time to put another cross in, and he cuts it back. Oh no, Arsenal will clear it.
Would you take Zaha as a right winger? Says Chino. Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't take Zaha? I mean, I presume we're talking about nothing. I'm actually hanging myself in the air off this chair here with my arms. I'm just like, my arse is up in the air. But Mr. Bubbles says Trent Alexander-Arnold can't defend. I don't think Kyle Walker can defend, really. Haaland's representatives are meeting with Liverpool this week. Reports coming from Spain. Could you see Liverpool doing a deal with Origi included? Straight swap, Hayden. Yeah, I think it'd be a fair swap as well. Dortmund get Origi and you get Haaland. No money. Just a straight swap. No, I would take Zaha at United, though, because the alternative is nothing. So, Zaha's better than Dan James. Arteta out. Boring match anyway. I'm off, says Zayn Miasi. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson have suffered this year from not having Van Dijk. I mean, if you've got a world-class centre-back that you can get forward and leave, makes a big difference in the way that you play, isn't it? And I think that Robertson and Trent have also probably quite tired this season, but the international break will have done him the world of good, because he's just had 2 weeks off. 2 weeks off to refocus the mind. I mean, in many ways, it could be a a very good decision. Here's Salah. He's in. And he makes it 2-0. Oh, the way he's done that there. Dreams can come true. Not if you defend like that, Gabriel. Absolutely terrible defending. What have they bought? He ain't Brazilian. Check his passport. He's rubbish. He's got put on his arse here by Mo Salah. And then Mo Salah's held him off with one arm and passed it in. Watch this. This is Gabriel. It may as well be Gabriel the singer. Dreams can come true. Not with Arsenal, playing with you. Through the legs of Leno as well. He's made him look an idiot. He's made him look an idiot. You can clip that last bit as well. Get it out there, because Gabriel, they may as well have the singer. Uh, 2-0, and I'm afraid to say, Arsenal, you have absolutely consistently shown what the problem is at Arsenal Football Club. They banter themselves. And let's not forget, before the international break, they were 3-0 down to West Ham. They're conceding goals like a sieve. Awful by Gabriel. I mean, look, to be fair, if I'm absolutely honest, I didn't mind the look of that Gabriel, but because United were desperate for a centre-back last summer. You know, Arsenal's record of centre-backs is poor, really poor. And, you know, they've had two. It's so bad, they've had two Gabriels. I think they've tried every woman's name. They've probably had a centre-back called Pepsi and Shirley. But they have had two Gabriels, haven't they? They had another. I'm sure they had another lad called Gabriel. They just can't buy a decent centre-back. Daniel says, how did you manage to overcome being shy in your teens? I'm similar and feel like it's robbing me of many opportunities. Daniel, it's not easy. You've got to challenge yourself, really. Put yourself into situations that you feel uncomfortable with, and it's just repetition. You know, for me, it was things like when I was like 17 and that, I wouldn't feel comfortable going into the pub on my own, ordering a drink and just sitting at the bar. It'd make me feel really self-conscious. So I'd go and do it. It created other problems because I was doing it every day. But yeah. Klopp tactics made the difference, says Jodas. Yeah. What's your favourite cheese, says Neil Barrett. Wensleydale. Camembert when it's cooked. Brie. Yeah. So yeah, to be fair to Klopp, he did make those double substitutions. He did make that tactical substitution, didn't he? And it's really been like, well, if Arsenal are going to park the bus, we're going to have a go. Jack says, I went to your Twitch, you're not going live. I don't schedule it, I just go live. I'm not a master Twitcher. I just tell people I'll be live at 11 o'clock and I'll be live at 11 o'clock. Mark, will we win the Europa? Gabriel's still better than Maguire. I think, look, to be honest with you, Arsenal in the league, it's about how low you can finish now. I mean, if you can finish 8th, well done. But there was a slim chance you could get top 4 if you won today. It was a slim chance. It was slimmer than a piece of paper, and you bottled it as per. But you can still win the Champions League. James, yes, I've said it a million times, if you haven't heard. But if they don't win the Europa League, it's a disastrous season for Arsenal. I'd never play Grand Theft Auto on YouTube. I've got football channels on YouTube. Who got the assist? I don't know. Because it was a bit of a mistake, Harry, really. It's hard to say who got the assist. Salah, good save by Leno. Could have been 3. Put through the middle. Arsenal's defence here, it's got more holes than a fisherman's sock. He should have scored, Salah. Ball straight through the 2 centre-backs by Firmino. And Leno makes a save. I think Liverpool have got a very good chance of doing top 4. I will still be playing Fall Guys and stuff, but obviously I do a lot of football content, so yeah. I'm going to hire Trump's retired jumbo jet and fly over the Emirates with Arteta outside, make Arsenal great again, says Amy Assey. I don't, but you know what, Zane? I understand when your team's losing, it's very normal to go after your manager. Of course it is. But in fairness, as an outsider who's loving watching you lose, I also look at it and go, well, what manager is going to make this Arsenal squad better? There's no manager. Like Pep Guardiola wouldn't come to Arsenal anyway, but he'd struggle with this team. Klopp would struggle with this team. Your problem is not your manager. Your problem is your squad and your owners, and that's what Arsenal need to improve. They're just not good enough. They're not good enough. And because you need to spend money. Unless you're telling me you've got 5 top class players coming up from your youth system and they're ready to go next season, you need to spend some money this summer. And the thing is, so do a lot of clubs. So if I'm Mr. Top Class player and Arsenal say, do you want to come and play for us? I think, oh, you know what, Arsenal, I've heard of you. You're you're quite a big club. What's on offer? A Tesco meal deal. No, what's my signing on fee? That's it. But also, you're up against Chelsea, Manchester City, Liverpool, Manchester United, Tottenham, maybe even Everton now, maybe Leicester. So Arsenal's problem is how they're going to get these players to come in, isn't it? I mean, look, if I was a professional footballer and I was playing for, I don't know, trying to think how low you'd need to go. I nearly said Aston Villa, but that's they're the same level. If I was playing for, Bayer Leverkusen and Arsenal came in for me, I'd fancy that if no one else was offering. But you know what? I think that Arsenal got rid of the wrong keeper. I don't think Leno's as good as people think he is. No, I really don't. But I also think that Arteta's a better manager than some Arsenal fans give him credit for. Aubameyang comes off for Martinelli. I said at the start of the night, I thought Aubameyang was absolute shite. To be fair, from the first few minutes. Take hat off to Zane. He takes the banter fair play, says Rich Smith. And Mark, do you think Arteta can get us top 4 next season? I'm really frustrated, says Pisco. Not a chance. No, not a chance. The job is... I don't think any manager can get Arsenal top 4 anymore because, as I said, are you going to finish above Man City and Liverpool? No. Are you going to finish above Chelsea? No. So you want to finish above Man United, Spurs, Leicester... And that's hard. You're fighting for potentially one spot, and whatever Arsenal fans think about United, and they do think they're better. United, we have got better players than you and we've got more money than you. So I don't think that... but look, Patrick says, would you take Arteta for Ollie? Of course I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But do I think Arteta would do a good job at United? I think he probably would. I think he probably would. I don't think he's a bad coach. I just think the situation is bad. No difference between Arsenal and United. We had a head start thanks to Sir Alex Ferguson, says Yazza. Our squad isn't good enough. We hope and pray that Garner comes through. Even West Ham are in a better place, says Sadiq. And Leicester have got more money than Arsenal, says McNally. Well, I think Everton have got more money as well. Simon says, thanks for keeping us all sane through the lockdowns, Mark. United forever. Thanks, pal. Mark, Chelsea finished mid-table, then won the league next season, so we can do better next season. Yeah, but I don't know the circumstances of that, Zane, but I imagine that Chelsea team probably underachieved and then spent money. Your squad ain't good enough. Soundstation says, currently unemployed managers for Arsenal or United: Benitez, Spalletti, Howe, Sarri, Favre, Di Matteo, Allegri, Pulis, Poyet, Belletti. They're all shit, mate. I wouldn't have any of them at United. Arsenal are very similar to United. They're sort of like a Poundland version, really. They haven't got good owners. They've got an inexperienced coach, and their squad's full of deadwood, and there isn't a lot of money to spend. You know, there are similarities. They're just about 10 places below us. Say hi from AJ and Rickel, says Vishen AJ. I wouldn't take Allegri or Sarri at Man United. I stand by what I said. My opinion, I wouldn't take them at Man United. I'm sure Arsenal would probably take Di Matteo, to be fair. You probably think he's going to win you the Champions League because he won it with Chelsea, but I don't think the manager's the problem. I've said it before. I don't think that is the problem there. Ten minutes to go for Arsenal. You don't feel they're going to get away back into it. I mean, look, as well, what I would say is that Arsenal have created absolutely nothing. Oh, here's Gabriel. He's made another mistake. Wijnaldum shoots straight at Leno. Arsenal have done absolutely nothing in a game where, you know, Liverpool are considered to be a team that's got defensive issues. By the way, Mark, their star signing in Martin Odegaard is only a loan signing. Here we go. Could be another one, and it is another one. It's 3-0. And that goal there, I've got to say, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm furious. Because this is a goal that's about who wants it more. This goal is about who it wants it more. It's a 50-50 ball, and Jota wants it more than whoever the Arsenal player is. That's a lack of commitment. Leno rolls it out to Gabriel. It's a terrible ball out. Salah into the box, Mane, and yeah, El Nini doesn't fancy it, Chambers doesn't fancy it, and the keeper doesn't fancy it. It's comical defending. If it wasn't, well, it's comical for me, but if that's my team, I'm like, why is nobody making the challenge there? That's my penalty box, and the striker's got a tap in. Shocking. They're so bad at the back. They're really bad, and it's 3-0. It's all about the Europa League for Arsenal. It's the Europa League or bust. And again, it's down to Gabriel. Really poor from Arsenal, really. They've folded. You know, 1-0, you're not out of a game. 3-0, what are they doing? What are they doing? Do 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 do. Zane's gone to bed. Lights out for Zane. He's gone. Mark, I saved a video on That's Football based around what a good end to the season would be for all the Premier League games. Could be some cracking content, says Kevin. And realistically, Arsenal aren't winning the Europa, says Nino. And Arteta is seething. Finley says, I wanted Arsenal to win this for Claude. Well, rest in peace, Claude. But I think Claude would be fully aware that, you know, his beloved Arsenal, you know, we're all going to die. Our team's not going to win forever when we're not here, is it? I think Claude was fully aware of what this Arsenal setup was all about and was eyes wide open to it, which is why he used to get so passionate about it. So I'm sure he wouldn't be surprised to hear that Arsenal have folded to Liverpool. You know, and to be fair, Arsenal didn't do too badly for about an hour, but then Klopp made a change and Arsenal just haven't adapted. They've not had any plan. Waiting for Zayn to crawl out the woodwork now. Not long before you think it's before you get European football again. They're going to have to win. Gabriel Noah, they're going to have to win the Europa League, aren't they? Simple as that. Somebody just said there, Thomas said it's scary how good this Liverpool is without Van Dijk and Gomez. I'm not scared about how good Liverpool are. I think this is an indication of how bad Arsenal are. Zayn is a true fan. He gives the banter but can also take it, but still comes back, says Rich Smith. You know, I said it in the first 10 minutes of this watch along. Aubameyang looks shit tonight, and he's been subbed off. He's the captain, and he's been subbed off. He's their biggest earner. He's their best player, and he's been atrocious. Now, what is that all about? And is that another big mistake by Arsenal, getting stuck with this player that, you know, never gets criticised because, you know, he does little Insta stories with fans, but, you know, that's just clever marketing of Aubameyang, because he's like, if the fans love me, I'm fine. But ultimately, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I watch your games, and I think Aubameyang in general is your best player, but has been nowhere near the levels he needs to be. But I don't hear much criticism. Gabriel will smash you in the final. We are both rubbish in the league. Your manager can't even beat ours. Yep. And yet we're second and you're on the second page of a scroll down league. You know, you can't compare Manchester United to those, I'm afraid. Well, yeah, I mean, look, I'd be a little bit worried if I was Chelsea. I'd be a little bit worried about my top four position because, you know, that's a bad loss for Chelsea today. And it shows you how things can quickly change around, because Liverpool now, they move up to 5th with 49 points. 2 points behind Chelsea with the same games played. And Spurs can go up to 4th with above Chelsea. So it's very congested in that top four. Around that 4th spot. Leicester, they can get dragged in. Oh yeah, they can. United should be okay. But that race for 4th place. And let's not forget, Chelsea and Liverpool are in the Champions League as well. That was going to take a lot of effort. But Chelsea got a good squad. It's going to be very interesting, that race for top 4. Cross comes in, headed away. Chelsea's next game is in the league. Palace next Saturday at 5:30. And they're going to need to win. Saturday night and I like the way you move, says Billy Franklin. Be my baby. Wigfield. Classic Wigfield. In fact, that was probably the only song Wigfield did. Yeah, Luca's right. Spurs win tomorrow and they're 4th. Mark, 2nd doesn't win your trophy, says Amy Assey. No, it doesn't. But neither does 10th. Don't, Zane, I just in your despair and anger, don't compare Arsenal to Manchester United, because, you know, it's like driving a go-kart and thinking you can beat a Ferrari. Zane, get in the bin. McSauce are better than Partey, says Callum. Well, yeah, I mean, look, let's be honest. Thomas Partey, I've barely noticed him tonight. He's put a few tackles in, but I've barely noticed him. I'll be doing Grand Theft Auto in about an hour, Yusuf. About an hour on Twitch. I've dropped you the link in the video description if you want to give me a follow. Or just get onto my Twitch. Get on my Twitter or my Instagram, and I'll share the link when I go live anyway, which is what I do. Thanks everyone who subscribed to this channel today as well. Please do it, bottom right hand corner. I mean, look, the difficulty Arsenal have got is the same difficulty that Manchester United have got. We are going to get Champions League football. I mean, I'm looking forward to the Europa League as a United fan, but maybe I'm looking forward to it more because I know that we're going to get top four anyway. So it's nice to be in a cup competition, but also have the league sorted in relation to top four. It's not what I want. I want the league to be sorted in relation to the title, but you know, we've got top four on toast. You're not getting top four. So the Europa League for you is essential. But even I don't look at a Ferrari that doesn't win trophies, Danny. We're in the same fucking competition as you, mate. I don't know what Arsenal fans are acting like Billy Big Bollocks for, because when you check your bollocks, you ain't got any. You've got no balls. You're ballless. You're, there's nothing hanging down there. You're a bunch of bottlers. But, like, what I was going to say is that why I'd be worried if I was an Arsenal fan. I mean, you could write a book on this. It'd be that big. Why I'm worried as an Arsenal fan, Volume 1. But why I'd be worried about it as you is that I know United are going to get top four, but I don't know whether we're going to win the Europa League because it's only the quarterfinals. We're 5 games away from winning it. 5 games, a lot can happen. There's still Ajax in there. There's still Villarreal in there. And you've still got to get through Granada and Prague. So there's no... Arsenal have to win the Europa League, but there's no guarantee that you're going to win it. You can win it, but there's no guarantee. It's not like Liverpool or Man City in the Europa League. They're favourites to win it. It's like it's going to take some. It's going to take something to do it. I love Fabinho, Lenny. I think he's a fantastic player. Fabinho is the best holding midfielder in the world. I wanted him at United before Liverpool even were thinking about him. Like 3 years before, probably. We mentioned him on the United stand. You can search the videos, put United stand Fabinho and see how old they go. I'm a little bit surprised by this result. I didn't think that this would happen this comfortably. Next few watch-alongs. Man United, Brighton tomorrow on the United stand. Tuesday night, 2 Champions League games. Dortmund City, Liverpool Madrid. Wednesday night, 2 Champions League games. Chelsea Porto, PSG Bayern. Thursday night, Man United Granada. So that's my watch-alongs for the next few days. Wijnaldum coming forward. I mean, let's not forget, Liverpool have probably rested a couple of players today as well, with an eye on Tuesday. Robertson was taken off. Wijnaldum's come on as a sub. I think Firmino's gone off. Zig Show, I don't know, but that won't be happening for long. They will get taken down. You can't just do that. 30 seconds to go. Thanks, Umar, for the nice comment there. Liverpool have had 14 shots and Arsenal have had 2. Poor. Really poor. I do remember when ITV was called Granada's in game. Salah's through again. Mane, good save by Leno. I think Salah wanted a goal. And I think that is the final whistle because they've done the fist punch. 3 wins in a row for Liverpool. They've got themselves right back into the race for top 4. Arsenal have got themselves right back into the race for 10th. And yeah, I mean, look, I predicted Liverpool to win this 2-1. It was actually more convincing than I thought. But it's, you know, Liverpool. Did you really think Liverpool were not going to be in the Champions League next year? Did you really think Liverpool would be residing in the Europa League? I mean, whatever you think about Liverpool, I don't think they'd fall that far that quick. And they still could. They still could end up outside the top 4. But they've got themselves right back into a good position, and Klopp will be very happy with that. After a bit of a nightmare January, February, they've ended March strong, and they've taken that form into April, and they march on towards Real Madrid on Tuesday night, which will be an interesting game for them. So, Odegaard having a chat with Klopp there. He's probably saying, "Come to me next season, I'll buy you." Thanks everyone for watching, by the way. I'm going to be live on Twitch at about 11 o'clock. I've dropped the link in the video description if you want to give me a follow, but I'll tweet it out and I'll put it out on Instagram anyway. So thanks everyone for tuning in. 2 good watch-alongs in relation to the chat. The games weren't great, and I'll see you in a bit. Thanks for watching.